is a foretelling thing. Little Leonard Skinner to get us going. I love it. I love it. I love it. How are y'all? Yeah, interesting last couple of days, huh, folks? It's yeah, yeah. Just take a deep breath. It's all right. You know, we're all going to be there ourselves. And as we said yesterday to our good friend Brian, he'll be there to greet us. So it's all good. So favor over everyone today. It is Monday, and may there be nothing missing, nothing broken in your life at all. And happy birthday to those who are having one. We send out healing thoughts to Twisted Isby's mom. I believe that she will recover from that, my friend. I believe she had a stroke yesterday while we were having the service. So we just send her love and healing and favor. And yeah, so meditating on the car today, but I had such a weird, I don't know, is weird the right word? I had an interesting experience. And this was so intense. You ever been in that place where Twisted Isby, we love you and we love your mom, so you let her know that. And welcome all of y'all here. Deborah and Tim. I just felt I got to know, I think we all got to know each other a lot more this weekend. And that rascal Brian, he knew it. And so I'm sure he's getting a few grins up there already. So welcome everybody. Thank you all the moderators, and appreciate everything you do. We got a beautiful group here. So today, it's like once you give permission, and I'll tell you what happened. I mean, I had this presence move in and was speaking, very obvious in my conscious mind that I knew that there was another conscious there present. And it said something to me that was really interesting. It says that it tries to speak to every living thing, but so many never hear the ring. And I happened to answer the phone. And it's very interesting, the conversations, because we all talk to ourselves. Amazing thing about us. We're so versatile, that when you have, I wouldn't say a stranger, but when you know that there's another energy there, it says, and I said, well, come on in, come down, sit, have some tea. And it was very interesting. So anyway, hello, Claudette. Good to see you. Nina the Mystic, much love to you. Big Al, how you doing, buddy? Julianne Payne, I'll tell you. Burning Ego, David Castle, all of y'all. Susie Q, John Price, everybody else, just welcome. So, hello, Robert V. Going to get you on, dude. You know what? You can just take a lunch break, and we'll get you on here. And look forward to having a chat with you. And Darth, so good to see you. I was looking for you. You disappeared yesterday, and I'll talk to Trina, and I think that we can work something out there. Hello, Miss Trina. Good to see you. And hello, Candy, Apple. Hello, good to see you. Faith, good to see you. Kent, hello, my friend. So good to see you and have you. So, hey, guys, I started this weightlifting program about 6 weeks ago. And yeah, it works. I got to tell you, I told Lynn, I said, I'm going to have to get a whole new wardrobe of t-shirts because anyway, so no matter what your age is, come on, guys, get with it. You know what I'm saying? You can build the abs, you can build the shoulders, the pecs. I got an ab crunching machine up there. It'll make you cry mama the first couple of times you're on it. But after that, you just begin to cry a little bit. And then after that, you begin to say, oh, well, that's kind of cool. So anyway, it's true. I mean, that app cruncher machine. Oh yeah, you know what? So Big Al, be the frequency you want to receive. That's what I think. Let's see. Well, thank you, Donna. Um, well, that is phenomenal. I'll read that. Since you put it out there, Donna. She said, thank you, Wayne, for teaching us favor. Have been using it lately. My husband had to visit the cancer doctor. It was gone. Said he did not have to see him again. Well, I'll tell you what. That's not only favor, Donna. Your husband and yourself are truly the most wealthiest of individuals. And, you know, when these bodies are operating in the manner that they were designed to, I don't think they were ever designed to age, to be honest with you. So that's just me. But who am I? I don't know. Yeah, you just laugh. Okay. Over on Artist First, my Thursday night programs, going to be doing a review on this book. My wife, she is a voracious reader, has same appetite I do. But when she gets into a book, really gets into it, she'll consume it. This book, Darth, I can understand that, Darth. Yeah. I talk favor here, and now favor it's everywhere. I learned it, you know, back in the charismatic circle that I was involved in nearly 45 years ago. Wow, time is only relevant. Anyway, so I was going to read it, and she says, let me see this. And she says, oh, I want to read this. And I said, fine, I've got a dozen books I'm, reading. Well, she starts reading it, and she ain't getting up, she's asking me to get in it. Listen, for my wife, as a guy, I have no problem waiting on my wife hand and foot. I enjoy doing it. Anyway, she keeps reading it, and she gets through this book in about 8 hours. And I said, talking to her, she says, I ain't got time to talk. I want to read this. And she read it. She finished it. And I said, so tell me, what do you think of the book? She says, it made me madder than I've ever been in my life. I'm still. But she said the other thing, she says, it is a frightening reality buster. And the book is called Charm of Favor. Buy the book. Buy the book. Buy the book. And join me on Thursday nights. We will discuss. I made a promise to my wife I would not talk about the details of the book. She's that concerned, and all of us should be. I will let you know this. William Jefferson Clinton doesn't exist. Does not exist. Never did. But you and I and the rest of the world will say, but wait a minute. We saw William Jefferson Clinton as president, 2-term. Doesn't exist. That's as far I will go, because I don't want to alert them as to what we're going to do. But I'm going to tell you, folks, this is, I'm starting to read it, and it's a difficult read. So anyway, I'm just telling you, Oh, the author has a YouTube channel. Excellent. We'll let him take the heat because he wrote it. But I'm certainly going to help spread the word. It will start making real sense to all of us what we're seeing today. All of this is magic, folks. These are spells that are literally manifesting. This is powerful, powerful magic. Very powerful, and you can see the effect that it has. And we're going to get into this. I said, so tell me, what do you see as the end result of all of this? And she said, I expect an EMP from China, promoted by Russia. Anyway, so we move on. So the card. Can anyone see the card? I'm seeing it myself. I was meditating on it, particularly when I had the other consciousness stop by. Oh, Doth gets it. You got it. Purple unicorn. Abstract. That's perfect. I'll have to find one of those cards one day. And yeah. And remember, folks, these are, and now that I wanted to think the name, I think it's the Steiger cards. Standard test to test you to see what your ESP skills are really all about. See if you are fraud or the real deal. So remember, it goes by 3 points in any card. A circle can be yellow circle, 1 point. We'll go over this again. Red cross. How many are you getting it? It's a red, or it's 2 in its numerical value. 3 wavy lines, blue wavy lines, 3. And you can think like this. Your mind is multifractional. It's fractals is what it is. Black square is 4. And finally, the green 5-point star. So there you go. Practice. Go and get a deck of these and just practice. If you don't have that, get a deck of cards. Same thing. So we got a lot to do. So by popular demand, and what I mean by popular, when I start getting like 8, 9 emails and say, can we continue just looking in this one? This one got a lot, resonated with a lot of people. So I thought, well, why not? Let's get right back into it again. So this is the Hidden Hand interview. And as you remember, 2 types of individual souls. By the way, this book completely proves there is those humans walking, they ain't human, and they ain't filled with anything that most of us are filled with. Anyway, so I digress. So we left off that in this case, there is the one infinite creator. This creator is described as an infinite intelligence and infinite energy. This creator divided itself into many sub-creators in order to experience creation. Each portion is a fractal, contains the same infinite intelligence. As each creator becomes aware of itself, it desires to create its own reality and sends part of itself into its creation. I believe that's where our friend and brother Brian is. I know he is. I mean, yeah, let's go anyway. Inside this creation called Earth, you are either a star seed, an aspect of Yahweh, or an aspect of Lucifer. Now, we discussed this last time. I'm not going to go through it. You're dealing with constructs here, not so much personifications. But a construct can become a personification. So anyway, we're in a matrix, or if you want to call a holographic reality. Brian was going to be covering this. Created by Yahweh. I think Robert V may be taking that up. Someone's need to take that mantle up, and let's read the book. I'll go over there and listen to it myself. He is referred to by many other names. Yahweh's children inside of this matrix are actually aspects of him. There are also other aspects of the infinite creator that joined Yahweh inside of his creation. Now, a lot of this is mirrored in the Liber Lilith. It's also the same thing with King Og. Very interesting. As we awaken, it becomes a desire of ours to know who we are on a planetary level, as well as outside of this matrix. Star seeds are not from here and have come to Earth to help the inhabitants ascend. So right there, it tells us that there are two kinds. There's many different kinds of us. We all may bleed red blood, but I can assure you the energy is not of the same origin. Remember, we're all fractals of the one infinite being. So anyway, to help ascend into the fourth density, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensions, they are on assignment from the one infinite creator and guided by the Galactic Council of Elders. Star seeds are here to assist the aspects of Yahweh that he sent into his own creation. And we're going to understand here, Yahweh doesn't know everything. These aspects were not growing or expanding in experience, but were very happy to be in the Garden of Eden. We could discuss this, and we are going to do the crystal hunt. We're going to put it together, and I am looking forward of having some campfire discussions, because this one on a group level of very awake intuitives, empaths, would be fascinating to have. But they became basically fat and happy is what it is. They were like, huh, we don't need to move on. With all of their basic needs being cared for. It happens even today. You want to kill a society, you give them everything that they need or asking for, you'll kill them just as much as you would just, you know, it takes all the initiative away. We're only at our best when we are challenged the most. Think about that. In the Hidden Hand interview, it said that Yahweh asked the Galactic Council of Elders for suggestions and assisted in tweaking his creation template so that his aspects, or his children, as he refers to them, could have some sort of challenge that would eventually create soul growth and move them past their stagnation. In truth, it could have actually been that Yahweh had to go before the council because he may have not been following the rules of creation. Well, yeah. All right, so the council has suggested that the oversoul group known as Lucifer be introduced into the creation in order to shake things up. And they brought rock and roll. Yahweh was not agreeable. He was more of a, you know, kind of a Perry Como type of guy. You know what I mean? He was not agreeable, but grudgingly accepted the challenge. He was basically pissed off, is what it is. Isn't that so obvious when you read the Old Testament? That Yahweh, I mean, that's just a nasty dude, man. That's all you can say. It's like, dude, man, get a grip. Anyway, as it isn't what he intended at all for his children. Now, that's just another discussion. You can get off into a tangent on the side. Anyway, Lucifer, which I would align myself with. I really, you know, I know that the personification doesn't exist, but the context to the construct of what this is, it can't be bad. It really can't. You know, remember, light is artificial. Read the books. In the beginning was what? Darkness. Anyway, and remember, darkness is a different kind of light. We only see 3% of the full visible spectrum. There's no such thing as dark. Anyway, Lucifer provides polarity, that is the recipe for free will, which was said to have provided the quickest soul expansion and the most growth. Although the oversoul group of Lucifer comes from the light, its job is to create the polarity of darkness. The aspects of Yahweh actually were given the choice to experience free will, which was knowledge. On a higher level, the star seeds, Yahweh and Lucifer, are all part of the one infinite creator. So it's mind coitus to the ultimate. There was an end game given for this polarity insertion. Interesting choice of words. Upon the end of the grand cycle, an opportunity was created for the aspects of Yahweh to grow and to ascend to a beautiful and positive fourth density, 5D, the new earth, if they became 51% or more positive. Remember on this, in polarity. Okay. So it's like a board of directors, shareholders meeting. If you hold, more than 50, in this case, 51%, you control the board. Anyway, Lucifer's group could only ascend if they were more than 95% negative in order to get out of the third density. We got to talk about that. I mean, I know and I want to get into it, but folks, this is weird. I mean, number one, if I apply this to the 7 principles of the Kabbalion, I know light and dark are of but the same thing, just different points of view, polarity. So I could see why Lucifer would get a bad rap, folks, in this reality. Maybe this cat is so smart that the only way that he could take itself and us, people are going to, don't send me the emails, out of here, is that we had to become 95% corrupt in order to get out. Boy, that's a mind scrambler. How do you want those eggs, Wayne? No over easy on this one. Those were not in these 2 categories would be taken to another third density reality in order to continue learning and growing, but without the extreme negative polarity of the Luciferian contract. Star seeds were assured that by coming here to help increase the number of people who met the 51% positive polarity, they would be assured of receiving all of the help they need to exit to the new earth. As an alternative, they could go home to their planet of origin or choice of their oversoul at the time of the harvest, a Luciferian word for exit, if they did not need to be part of the new earth experience. Either way, they were warned that they probably would not remember who they really are and that they would be nudged to awaken by their oversoul at a specified time on their life. They would need to do the inner work to clear their own negativity and to hold a high vibration of integrity and love, which would then affect all of the inhabitants of Earth. Cool story. I dig it. The harvest or separation of vibration began in 2012 and is culminating rapidly toward the end of time. We are very close to the ascension door opening. The author says, "It is my opinion that all souls have been weighed, and we are simply waiting until the last moment so that as many people as possible can awaken and raise their frequency to more than a 51% positive polarity." In the interview, Hidden Hand states that the end of linear time could bring the beginning of another cycle for those who are not completely ready and for those Luciferians who were not able to be 95% negative. The Luciferian group would be harvested together, separated from the positive polarity group, and will have to balance their karma out in a negative polarity reality for one cycle before returning back to their ascended positive sixth density light state of beings. You know, folks, hey, let's have some tea. So let's break this down. Yahweh's kids, which it's implied there's many of them here, doesn't say exactly how many. We can only assume must be the majority. I don't know. But the interesting thing is, so they have to achieve 51% to go to the 5D. Whereas the Luciferian group may have to go through one cycle, whatever that is defined as, but we got to get our butt out of here. Look at this. They ascend to the sixth density light state of being. I may be a simple guy, but I'm smart enough to see, well, hell, you're telling me this group that you think everybody wants to be a part of, I'm part of the positive side. Well, I may be part of the negative side, because you know what? My vision is not to go through the 5D, is to get on with the journey I was tasked with. And 6 is greater than 5. And I can only imagine that if it goes by exponential increase, obviously you'd want to be 6 instead of 5, which then would apply that then if I was part of the Luciferian part, I came from the 5D to begin with. Okay, we continue. He says, I have information and personal proof that the outcome explained by the Luciferian in the interview may have changed. Okay. As an unbiased starseed, I personally have met and deeply engaged with incarnate aspects of Yahweh and Lucifer and their soul groups. That's pretty groovy. I have also counseled many starseeds and have encouraged them about an extremely positive outcome to this situation. Starseed angels on one level, stars on another, and extraterrestrials on another level. An angel is a messenger from the one infinite creator. Starseeds have been the ground crew, the eyes and ears of creator, and have heard all sides of the story, which is not discussed in this interview synopsis, is that there is a possibility that Yahweh's construct and energy and experience derived from it may actually be created into something completely new rather than repeating the cycle for the third density after the harvest or vibrational split. So we're going to have a bifurcated parting here. A schism. Well, we've had those before. Keep in mind that Hidden Hand is an aspect of the Luciferian soul group and does not have the highest possible knowledge. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting feeling a little biasness here. But anyway, as I have discussed before, a divine dispensation to end the karmatic cycle and the creation of a new universe is a possibility in the creation of infinite knowledge and possibilities. In this new scenario, everyone goes where they need to, and there will be no more snake eating its tail. Well, hallelujah. For survival, or an eye for an eye, for karmatic retribution. All will get healing and or will go on to an appropriate creation where they can continue to learn from their actions and deeds in order to become highly responsible creators. Okay, I'm kind of digging this, right? There would be no negative harvest and a karmic cycle for the Luciferian light beings that were playing a role for Creator in Yahweh. You see, right there, you can almost begin, but go, wait a minute. You've admitted that these Luciferians are light beings, but yet they seem to be in second class steerage. You know what I mean? But yet you're telling me that eventually I'm going to be driving the bus. Well, okay, well, we'll have to read. Each would instead immediately be placed where they need to be outside of the matrix. Well, the more I read this, the more I'm kind of going, all right, where's the downside? The control matrix would completely collapse, and its AI creations and other illusionary dark beings will be reconstituted into another use of energy. If they're selling tickets for that, I'd buy one. There would be a mock third density planet created in order to help those who are not ready to ascend into a fourth density transition from this universe to the next. There will still be a new 5D vibrational Earth, as well as many other places of creation that humanity will be able to explore as multidimensional beings. Yahweh will be healed and will reintegrate with his higher self. How curious. He, as well as others, will be able to create new and exciting creations with the knowledge and experience of what not to do. Commentary. This is exactly what Lilith said, just in a different language. Remember, Yahweh, Samuel, is the blind dragon, incomplete. Wow. Cool. I am loving this. The starseed angels compassionately pleaded with the council to stop the insane, continuous cycle of retribution, karma, for the sake of all aspects of creator involved. Because there was a deep-seated virus in this matrix. From the starseed perspective, this reality was beyond repair and to be used in another cycle of linear time. In their astral bodies, dreams, they reported back in their council meetings what they saw and were experienced. Trina, doesn't this sound exactly what we were talking about last week? They helped to hold space for both the Luciferian oversoul as well as the lost aspects of Yahweh. They held their reality together like glue and cleaned up the shit the best they could while the end times played out. They loved both Yahweh and Lucifer as beloved creator beings who were both tired of the game. It's what I've been saying, folks. I came to that conclusion. It's why I left Christianity. It's why I left all the religions. It's just the serpent eating its tail over and over and over again. At some point in time, how does an all-knowing, omnipresent, omnipotent being get tired of the same crap? I mean, that God is stagnant. And if you are stagnant, you're not moving forward. You're moving backwards. You're dying, man. You're decaying. You stink. You stank. You know what I mean? You got stank all over you. I did a video and I told you there are souls that stink. I have smelled them. In large groups, their soul stinks. Now, other people can't pick it up, but I'm telling you, it's the most offensive smell. I think I now know what's occupying those. But anyway, let's continue. There has been info revealed that says the top-level Luciferian bloodlines have already left the planet and have returned to their higher self levels. The only thing left running the negative agenda on Earth at this time is an AI program, coupled with the beliefs and programs running in the minds of humanity. Humanity's thoughts still interact with the Matrix and give them exactly what they are resonating with. Many star seeds and ascending aspects of Yahweh have unplugged from the control matrix system and have been healing and increasing their vibrational resonance and polarity. Being in the world, but not of it, has been exceedingly difficult for these ascended awakening beings. Many are ready for the final burst of Creator's light and unconditional love that changes everything when the sands of time run out. Many are leaving the planet before the ascension, but be assured that we never die, and there is no false light reincarnation agenda being played at this time. Many are also suicidal because they are completely unable to handle the energies we are receiving at this time. The Schumann resonance has spiked to an all-time record high this week, and the spikes are coming faster than they have ever. The veils are lifting, and the divine plan is being remembered. I have seen evidence that some of the Luciferian groups have changed polarity, realizing that they would rather experience their exit in a positive or at least balanced polarity. This was evidence to me that the negative harvest for the Luciferian soul group may not be taking place the way they were told. Everyone wants to know when the ascension will happen and when it will take and what it will be like. It is best to have patience and faith in the divine plan's highest and best outcome for this reality shift, and to stay in connection with your higher self and Creator at this time. Be the best, responsible co-creator you can be. Be the frequency you want to be. Be the frequency you want to receive, as our friend said. To ensure you do not rock your own boat within an ocean of powerful creators, some of whom are still negatively creating. There is absolutely nothing to fear, as fear itself is an illusion created by the matrix of free will. Fear does not exist outside of polarity. I do not claim to know everything, nor have I shared all of my observations. Just as I have searched for the answers, you too can find what you need to help you through the end of this chaotic time. I encourage you to read the Hidden Hand synopsis below to see if something triggers your memory. I encourage you to continue to meditate on the contents of this article and to expand this idea within your own circles. Report on it through channeling, downloads, inspiration, songs, writing, and videos. We will all be shown eventually as the infinite creator's big surprise continues to rapidly unfold in our reality. The Hidden Hand interview synopsis. As promised, here is the synopsis of the Hidden Hand interview, which I highly recommend. And keep in mind that he is indeed in for a pleasant surprise when his harvest occurs or doesn't. Ruling bloodlines and the family. Folks, it's going to get hot. I'm telling you right now, you live in the Southwest, the Midwest, the Mountain West, heading east in the Southeast. In about 8 days, folks, we're going to be talking about it. Let's get on to this. I am a generational member of a ruling bloodline family. Every so often, as per the directives of the law of our infinite creator, a brief window of opportunity opens whereby a select handful of our family are required to make communications with our subjects. We've read similar things. Our lineage can be traced back beyond antiquity. There are 13 bases or core original bloodlines. Yet there are many, many other lines that spring from these. From the earliest times, they all like sex. That's why they come here. Anyway, I digress. From the earliest times of your recorded history and beyond, our family has been directing the play from behind the scenes. We are born to lead. It is part of the design for this current paradigm. People in this world are seen as collateral, pawns, that are maneuvered around the chessboard according to the game plan. But in the family, contrary to popular beliefs, many of us do not mean you any harm directly. Yeah. Does the ant at the moment realize he's being crushed? Is he thinking what the person crushing him is thinking about? No. All he knows, it's harming him to the extreme. There is just a matter of divine destiny to uphold and unfold. And we must play our parts in the game as given to us by the infinite creator. There are 6 disciplines of training within the family. Each member of the family is schooled extensively in all of them from early childhood. You see, Trina, this is why we have to have our mystery school. The 6 spheres or schools of learning are military, government, spiritual, scholarship, leadership, and sciences. Though we have experiences in all spheres, we all have an area of specialty. My area of specialty is in spirituality, so my focus is not so much on geopolitical events. I am aware of the overall design, though the finer points are often outside my area of expertise. You will never be free for as long as you are incarnating on this planet. The very nature of your being here is indication of that. There is a reason why you are here, and here is very likely not really where you think here is. How do you become free? By working out where you are and coming to an understanding of why you're here. In your hypnotized state, you have, as a society, given your free will consent to the state your planet is in today. You saturated your mind with the unhealthy dishes served up for you on your television that you are addicted to. Violence, pornography, greed, hatred, selfishness, incessant bad news, fear, and terror. When was the last time you stopped to think of something beautiful and pure? The planet is the way it is because of your collective thoughts about it. You are complicit in your inactions every time you look the other way when you see an injustice. Your thought projected at the subconscious level of creation to the infinite creator is your allowance of these things to occur. In doing so, you are serving our purpose. It is very important to us that the polarization of this planet is negative at the time of the great harvest. That means service to self-orientated as opposed to positive service to others. We require a negative harvest, and you are doing a fine job of helping us to attain our goal. And we are very grateful. We came to power not by chance, but rather, which I know may be hard to swallow, by intelligent design. This path of ours was not chosen by us, but rather it was appointed and accepted. Begin to study outside the box for a true understanding of the creation. In the beginning, there is the infinite one. This is the source of all that is. Infinite consciousness, intelligent infinity. It is the undivided, undifferentiated absolute within its unlimited potential, waiting to become. Think of it as the uncarved block of your Taoist traditions. There is unity, infinite intelligence, and infinite energy. The two are one. Within them is the potential for all creation. Infinite intelligence does not recognize its potential. It is the undifferentiated absolute. This state of consciousness could be termed as being. Infinite energy, in contrast, recognizes the potential of becoming all things in order to bring any desired experience into being. Infinite intelligence can be likened to the central heartbeat of life, the infinite energy to the spiritual lifeblood, which pumps out from the infinite creator to the form of creation. Infinite intelligence, becoming aware of itself, seeks to experience itself, and thus the one infinite creator is born or manifested. In effect, the creator is a point of focused in infinite consciousness expressing infinite intelligent energy. The one infinite creator, also becoming self-aware, seeks to experience itself as creator, and in doing so, begins the next step down in the creational spiral. On focusing its infinite intelligence, the one infinite creator manifests intelligent energy, which you could call the great central sun. It then divides itself into smaller portions of itself that can, in turn, experience themselves as creators or central suns. In other words, each central sun or creator is a step down in the conscious awareness or distortion from the original thought of creation. Creation is based upon three primary distortions of the infinite one. Free will, love, light. First, free will. In the first law, or distortion of creation, interesting term, distortion. The creator receives the free will to know and experience itself as an individuated, though paradoxically unified aspects of the one. 2, love. In the second law of creation, or distortion, the initial distortion of free will becomes a focus point of awareness known as the logos, or love, or the word in biblical terms. Love, or logos, using its infinite intelligent energy, then takes on the role of co-creating a vast array of physical manifestations, thought forms, or densities, which some call dimensions or planes of existence, in which, according to its intelligent design, will best offer the range of potential experiences in which it can know itself. In effect, the one infinite creator, in dividing itself into logos, can be termed in your third density understanding as a universal creator. In other words, logos creates physical universes in which it and the creator may experience themselves. Let there be light. 3, light. To manifest this infinite spiritual or life force energy into a physical thought form of densities, logos creates the third distortion of light. The nature of all physically manifest energy is light. Wherever this exists, any form of physical matter, there is light, there is love, and divine intelligent energy is at its core. From the 3 original primary distortions of the one, which make the creation, arise a myriad hierarchies of other sub-distortions, each containing their own specific paradoxes. The goal of the game is to enter into these further divisions of creation, then seek to harmonize the polarities in order to once again know oneself as the creator of them. Drawing upon its infinite intelligence, the infinite creator designed a blueprint based on the finite principles of free will, of awareness, and sublevel creations, which each in their turn could become aware of themselves and seek to experience themselves as creators. The one infinite creator, or great central sun, steps down its infinite energy to become logos. It's like a transformer. Reduce the voltage. Makes us now know why you can't stand in the light care line. Anyway, logos in turn designs vast universes of space, as yet unmaterialized, stepping down and splitting itself again into logi. It's the pearl of, in other words, into an array of central suns, which will each become a logos, or co-creator of its own universe. Yet each unique, individualized portion created by the one infinite creator contains within it, as its very essence, intelligent infinity. Using the law of free will, each universal logos, the central sun, designs and creates its own version or perspective of physical reality in which to experience itself as creator by focusing its intelligent energy to create. For instance, the form of galaxies within itself. Stepping down again, each galactic logos, the sublogos, can split itself into yet further co-created portions, or sub-logos, which can then design and manifest their own ideas of physical reality, as in the form of points of conscious awareness that we call stars and planets. They're alive. We are not directly created by the one infinite creator, but rather by our own logos, sublogos, sublogos, and so on. So, from that perspective, whilst we are all essentially made up of the same stuff of creation, initiated by the one infinite creator, our direct personal creators are different portions of sublogos of the one. I'm going to go over for about 15 minutes, folks, because this is just cool stuff. Yahweh and Lucifer, your creator, the one who has been called Yahweh, is not God, inasmuch as your Bible refers to him as being the one true God. He is a creator, or sub-logos, rather than the one infinite creator. He is not even galactic level logos, but rather is the planetary logos for this one planet. I've got videos that we prove that. There are other and higher gods than him, yet ultimately all are part of the one. And either consciously or unconsciously, all are exercising their free will to create. Our creator is the one you refer to as Lucifer, the light bearer, the morning star. Our creator is not the devil, as he has been portrayed in some religious texts. Lucifer is what you would call a group soul, or social memory complex, which has evolved to the level of the sixth density. We, our bloodline families, as a group soul or social memory complex, Lucifer, we're on the verge of seventh density ascension. At this level, before the harvest comes, we have the choice to progress higher or to return to help others of lower densities with their evolution by passing down our knowledge and wisdom to those that call upon us for assistance with their own free will. Now, at this time, having made our decision to stay and to help our galactic brothers and sisters in the one, we were assigned a challenging task by the Council of Elders, who act as the guardians of this galaxy. Wow. Yahweh had not handed down his own free will to know thyself to those incarnating upon his planet, as was his right as planetary logos. As a result, he was having very little evolutionary progress therein. In the absence of free will, there can be no polarity, and therefore nothing to choose between. As is portrayed in the book of Genesis, the planet was very Edenic in nature. Sure, it was a lovely paradise, yet the beings incarnating there had no agitator towards evolving beyond the third density, and therefore little hope of ever making the journey home to the one. So we, Lucifer, were sent to help. Once the order was given from the Council of Elders, we fell or descended back to a place where we could, with hard work and focus, once again materialize a third density manifestation of ourself. Yahweh had agreed to our coming. In fact, it was he who had initially asked the council for a catalyst of change to enter into his creation. Without polarity derived from free will, there is only the unity of love and light, and no choice to experience other than that. So we were to be the catalyst for change. in order to provide that choice, thus bringing polarity. Yahweh agreed that we would introduce the concept of free will to Earth's inhabitants by offering them an initial choice as to whether they wanted it or not. Hence, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, or more accurately, the knowledge of polarity, of positive and negative. Yahweh then takes his inhabitants to a new garden. He tells them they can do anything they like except eating from the tree of knowledge, thus creating in them the desire to do the one thing they are told they cannot. Hence, a choice. We provided the catalyst by telling them the benefits of attaining knowledge. They then chose to eat from the tree, and the rest is history. Yahweh thought that his children would still choose to obey him. When he discovered they did not, he was pissed, became angry. As described in his scriptures, he is a jealous God. He did not like it that his children had chosen to disobey him and follow our advice. Yet, our group soul was already committed to being here for a predefined set of cycles to help provide the catalyst for human evolution, namely by offering you the negative option, or that which you choose to call evil. The game of life. Let's be clear about one thing, though. All of this physical life incarnation is a very intricate and skillfully designed game, whereby the one infinite creator plays the game of forgetting who it is, so that it can learn to remember, and in doing so, experience and know itself as creator, and all the way down to us, tiny, individuated sparks of the all that is. Off stage and between lives, as incarnated human beings, 0-point time, antimatter universe, we, all of us, and all of you as souls are great friends, brothers and sisters in the one. Between lives, we all have a good laugh about the parts we have performed in the play, and look forward to and have great fun preparing the next chapters to act out. You are divine souls. You are sparks or seeds of the one infinite creator. You are life itself, remembering and learning who you really are. We came here to help you to do this. The planet will complete its ascension to the fourth density, the vibrational density of love. During this ascension, there will be a three-way split for those souls inhabiting the earth. Those of the predominantly negative polarity will accompany us as we graduate through the negative or service to self harvest. We, Lucifer, will create a new fourth density earth based on the negative service to self polarity, where we must work off our own part of the negative karmatic effect incurred from all the negativity created on this planet. Once we have done so, we will be released to once again assume our place as sixth density guardians and teachers of wisdom throughout the galaxy. Those of the predominantly positive polarity, love and light, will ascend to a beautiful new fourth density earth. They will begin to work upon their learning and demonstrating of love and compassion. It will be a very beautiful and golden age. The fourth density begins to open souls up to their true power as unique individualized aspects of the one infinite creator. These individuals will perform works and wonders of the like that the one you call Jesus promised they would, and even greater things than these. It will be a very magical time for those who ascend. In contrast, the majority of humans on the earth who could not be considered, shall we say, lukewarm, will experience a period of what will feel a static 0 point time. These people will, for a period, feel totally at one with the Creator, giving them an encouraging reminder and glimpse of who they really are before the veil of forgetfulness once again descends. Then they will be transported to another third density planet, a kind of Earth replica, to continue working upon themselves and learning that life here is all about making choices. These souls will remain quarantined, incarnating in the third density matter until the time of the next harvest, in which time they will need to have proved that they have learned how to be more positive beings, focused more upon being of service to others rather than seeking only to serve themselves. We, Lucifer, have to be self-service centered to an extreme degree in order to fulfill our mission and become negatively harvest. This is why we work so hard to be as negatively polarized as we possibly can be. If we do not make a high enough percentage, we will miss out and we'll end up with a majority of lukewarm percentage that have to go through another cycle in the third density. By attaining a negative harvest, we can still graduate to fourth density, only it will be a negative polarity planet. Not a great place to be. But, as I have stated previously, we, as a group of souls, have incurred the natural karma restitution process that we must work off for all the negativity that we have caused upon this planet. We will do this for a cycle in our new fourth density world, and then we will be freed to once again be the glorious beings of light that we truly are. We need a negative harvest so that we can create our own fourth density of earth and clear our karmatic record. Understand that we have to be negative. That's what we're here. That's what we're sent here to do. It is our contract, which has always been to help you by providing the catalyst of free will and choice. Being negative is very hard for us. Not on the physical level. The characters we play enjoy our roles as we were programmed that way. But on a spiritual level, we suppressed the lowly negative vibrations eon ago. We are light and we are love. It is a very hard thing for us to do spiritually, to create all this negativity, but we do it because we love you. And then ultimately, it is also for your highest good. Remember, we are all just acting out a grand old game here, where we agree to forget who we really are, that in the remembering, we may find each other again and know that we are one and that all life is one. Remember, when you remember who you are and you know it deep within the core of your being, you will know and recognize your invisible connection to all that is. And in doing so, joy, thanksgiving, and service will be the natural outpouring result from your grateful heart. When you work upon yourself and learn to know the Creator within you, being of service to others will be natural for you. And we'll end it right there. Man, I'll tell you what, is this some good stuff? Wow. Does this just make freaking common sense? I mean, let's forget the freaking eschatology and, the ideology and the philosophy and all the ologies out there. This just makes common sense. Now, you see, it's really, who are you? Who really do you belong to? Let's see, and you can keep going. Well, thank you, Twisted Isby. This is just far freaking out. I mean, it really is. We're going to pick this right back up. I mean, we're going to finish this because I ask in our close family here, this soul tribe. It's interesting because I got the message that we are of a tribe from our beloved friend, Ryan, that he says there really is a tribe over here. David, you sent this to me years ago. Oh, okay. Well, you see, it just had to percolate. But man, and it came in at the right times. Yeah, Charlie Daniels did pass. Yeah. All right. 11-11. There we go. 11-11-11. There we go. Right across the board. Wow. I mean, I'll share this with you. I believe that when you truly find out who you are and who you belong to, I mean, there's only two choices here, it appears. You're either with Yahweh's group or Lucifer's group. What a dichotomy. But yet, each is benefiting everyone else. The duality. The duality of things. All right. Thank you, folks. On the tomorrow with Miss Trina. This was just far out. I got to tell you what, folks. Talk about rainbow warriors. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have no doubt many of us are, in fact, magnificent warriors. I've seen myself, folks. We are greater than what the sum total of our vision is of ourselves. I'll say that again. We are greater than the sum total of the vision of ourselves. We're greater than what we have any idea. We grow, we learn, we master. Even every time we master one aspect of our creative selves, we're one step closer to remembering. Wow. Wow. Stronger than what we know. You got that right, ESP. You're absolutely right. Wow. This is mind-blowing stuff. I'll be, it's great stuff to meditate on. And y'all know where I stand on this thing. Again, I told you, when I came out of the construct of, Lucifer being the bad guy, I had to study. That was 5-6 years ago. Figured it out. Thank you, Sarah. Realized it was a con. And so when I figured that out, it opened up this whole freaking door. It was really a burst of light. And I never looked back since then. It just continues on. All right. Good stuff. All right. Much love. Thank you all. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Far out stuff. All right. Bye-bye.